That would.
Bro.
Twisted Clowns already got champ this season, bro.
Of course she did, cause like demon.
The best. Best ever to do it, baby.
I gotta watch this do-rag game right now.
I'm waiting on the next game.
What's the next game?
NV versus Aatrox Jax.
That should be good. What time?
That one
is
should be really good.
8:30. Yeah, so in 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Which game?
Ooh, do-rag. Dom's playing. Oh yeah.
How is Dom playing for Durag?
Oh, he's a sub.
Is a sub.
Yeah, he's a sub.
Who's Eloka? Is he on your team?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, just making sure. Right, I'm
Okay,
going back
platinum.
to it.
Platinum.
This kid has Slitty playing. Oh man.
Oh, horseshoe.
Aiden's playing do-rag too.
Yeah. He's lucky shitting the bed though.
Going 3 and 5.
Shit. Oh, that kid just got fucking fried. They got Joker playing too, bro? What the fuck?
Yo, what's up, Solar? What are you doing
Hey,
here?
no way. I don't even know what I'm doing here, man.
Some dude asked for help on a scrim, so I'm like, alright, bet, let's do it.
Where's insert?
Inserts too?
Probably dying.
Bro, ain't no way. What the hell?
Where is insert?
They got all the off rosters, bro.
For real.
Or why is there egoing us right now?
He said invite him to the lobby, I got him.
Ain't no way.
I invited insert card
Oh,
insert user here. Oh, he got out
No,
the
his
shower.
new username is insert your PPE.
Alright. So what are you doing here, Solar?
Oh, nah, bro. I'm on this team, bro.
What's your team name?
I don't even know.
You're on a team and you don't even know the name.
I don't even know.
He's on
bro.
team I don't know.
Yeah, that's my team right there. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
So there's a go.
Solar, I'm gonna use suppressor the whole game. I'm just gonna,
Alright,
I'm playing a
I'll do it with you.
Hey.
Ooh, it's a purple. What the fuck is this, bro? Ugliest charm I've ever seen.
Is Escargot here? Where's Escargot?
I'm not here.
Oh. Okay.
Where's your fifth at, Smokes?
He just got out the shower, he's getting on.
Alright.
Where is oh no.
Sheesh.
Escargot, your live stream will come up for me, I don't know why. Oh, there it is.
Dude, Havoc just removed himself as, or he did it yesterday, he removed himself as rep for Legacy.
Mm-hmm. You see, you took him off the roster.
Hey, Rogue, didn't you, Disrupt told me that you asked him to be, our rep first month of May or something like that.
Am I good to go?
Yeah,
Yeah,
For
go
what?
ahead.
Started.
Are you gonna be gone?
me, just like a week.
Alright guys, I'm excited. Hope y'all are excited. I got 2 games tonight actually. I got this one and then I might have to cut this one off a bit because I'm going to my other game. Which, both of these should be pretty good. We have, first off, Reality with Smacks here. Apparently he's on pretty good terms with Reality, so, you know, he's allowed to hang out with them and play on Oregon against, in a scrim of course, against Southside Succubus. I haven't seen a lot from Reality. The last time that I saw them was, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago against Calvert Envy on Theme Park for a different map, which they ended up barely actually winning against Envy. The main factor was that Brennan was on the struggle bus for Envy, so really could not make much of a difference. And one of their players, and speaking of which, he's not here for this, but okay, Yo Miles actually, I almost said OK Miles, but that's not his name. Yo Miles actually dropped 22 kills on that game, so certainly some fragging power here from Reality, and we'll have to see how that does against Southside Succubus. And I haven't seen Southside in a while. The last time that I saw them was, I think, against San Antonio Spice, but even then that was probably a month or 2 out. So I haven't seen a whole lot of them, but it's gonna be interesting to see that sort of more aggressive, frag-oriented, I'd say, playstyle of Reality clash with, I'd say, a bit more tactical, a bit slower approach from Southside Succubus. But I'm going to take a peek at the bans now. As you saw those going down as I was talking, we had Thatcher and Malusi ban from the defending team, actually, of Reality. Not surprised by that at all. Really, High Soldier, High Smacks. 22, that's not losing some frag power, that's losing all frag power. I mean, I'm talking about overall, like, the attitude of Reality is not so much strategy-based as it is more frag-based, but I would not say that it's arson level of frag-based. They are a bit more about chemistry mixing with frag power instead of just ranked strats and then out-fragging the enemy team. Oh, I understand. It took me a second for that to... It took me a second for me to absorb what you were saying, but yeah, certainly not having Yo Miles here. Obviously, it's only a scrim, so the stakes are literally just bragging rights for these two teams outside of Mess and Max, who are all the way on the left on the scoreboard here. But the fact that they are not here, or that Yo Miles is not here, doesn't mean that it's going to be a bit difficult, I'd say, for them to frag, for them to really try and beat out a team such as Southside in that battle of frag power. But it'll be interesting to see how they do with the rest of them. I think the rest of them were actually all in that game against Envy, so that'll be interesting to see how they behave. Lonely Evil was going to get the first kill of this match as a TK onto Hoshu. I don't know what was going on there. I think he might have been looking to open up the hatch. He might be going AFK, so they don't want him to leave. I really do not know, but that's gonna mean that it's a 5v4 here for Southside, and I'll have a bit of an advantage here. And so, just to return to the bans, because I didn't really get the opportunity to hit on those. So the Thatcher ban and the Malusi ban from the defending team of Reality, not really surprised by either. Thatcher, very strong, very helpful for getting walls. You'll see him and Maverick are the two really common hard breach bans on this map, especially Maverick, which we are seeing Mess bring that, actually, torch-wielding gas man onto the field here. As you can see, we'll be looking to try and open up some walls, potentially. We'll have to do, however, with that shield there being manned by Lonely Evil. Actually, that would be the shield of Smacks. Speaking of Smacks, he's in Garage here, trying to get an early kill, actually, onto somebody outside, holding an angle. Going to be swung and taken down there by Elokaz, whose Solar will actually knife Exotia. Pardon me. I'm not very used to his name, so gonna have to take a bit. Anxiety will leave, so it's now 4v2, but still. And now Lonely in a bit of a pickle there, as you see. Agable will take him down for 4v1. It's up to just insert. against almost the entirety of Southside, and Solar will wipe him down for a win here early on. Obviously only in the first round, so it doesn't mean a whole lot, but very dominant there for actually Southside. And to speak on that round, I mean, obviously these aren't what I would normally see from these two teams in terms of lineup, but it seems to be just, it's almost a 10-man in terms of players and play style. I think that's going to be the attitude from both of these teams, is to just try and outfrag each other. But certainly losing somebody that early on, well, losing two people as well as the TK, so, you know, having Smacks fall while trying to get an outside kill and, you know, missing entirely, I don't think even lowered whoever that was. That would have been the Ash of Iloka, actually. And then whoever died to the knife, I think that was actually Exotia, who died to a knife, which is kind of embarrassing. And then obviously Hoshu was actually TK'd, so that meant that from the beginning, actually, so really from the beginning it was difficult there for Reality, and we'll see if they can successfully recover. And I was waiting there for Anxiety to return. From what I've heard, he's an IGL, though, or she is an IGL. I don't know if they are in that position for this matchup or not. Might have been resetting because of game chat or something, really, but I did pause to allow them to actually rejoin and get the opportunity to pick an operator. But anyways, as you can see, just some fairly stereotypical lineups, I'd say. I mean, you obviously have the IQ sort of as both a flex and a frag. Then Ash, obviously hard frag. Ace is their hard reach. It's interesting to see that they're taking that risk in bringing just Ace. And as I say that, I'm gonna have to eat my words, considering that Maverick is being brought by Mess again. But considering that they're bringing no other sort of hard reach, they are taking a bit of a risk in presuming actually that it would go to top floor here. So, and that'll make it easier for Anxiety. But the fact that if they were not going to top floor, you know, if Reality decided to stick with basement, there it might have been a bit more difficult here for Southside, considering that, you know, they only have Ace really for the walls. It takes almost all of his Selma capacity, if you wanted to put it that way. It takes almost all three. It takes two to be exact. So it does take most of them just to get a single hatch open. So really would have to rely on Ness to get those hatches open. And Lonely Evil will be taken down there by Hoshu. I don't know what's going on between the two of them, but I'm sure there's a bit of animosity or something, at least in terms of on the mic, team comms, etc., etc. He is bringing the cap can, which is interesting to see. You know, you don't normally expect that, especially the sausage cap can. As you saw, he gunned down a Lonely Evil to knock him out, and that'll be a 5v4 again for Reality. Did use that nice SAS G12 shotgun, so interesting to see that he's bringing that out. I mean, obviously, neither of Campian's guns are particularly great. They're both, I'd say, mediocre range, but it's interesting to be actually encountering a bit of a meme choice there. And somebody just hit, actually, an air jab, and oh, I see. We're having a 2v2 knife fight here between Exotia and Insert, who will be taken down there by Edible. Exotia actually trades him out. It's a 4v3 now. Could potentially be a 3v3 if Husolar ends up losing this against Exotia. And a bit of a memeing here between the two teams. Exotia will actually even it up 2v3. Max actually takes down Mess while all of that tomfoolery was happening. Except for just Iloka and Anxiety, who is actually on the other side of the top floor trying to push from the armory side. Smack's attempting to return to the objective, and he will successfully do that. Hoshu rotating around a bit as well as Exotia, the two Russian operators, one of which is the famed Tachanka. Did get that rework, what was that, 2 seasons ago, if I remember correctly? So does now have that mobile LMG with very strong destruction capabilities. As you saw, just managed to open that up. And Iloka is doing something interesting there. I don't know what's going on with him. Anxiety was down and then revived. I don't know. I'm just confused so far. I think that's the general opinion here. it is confusing. 1v3 actually, as Anxiety will fall at the hands of Smacks. It's looking like this is going to be a round here for Reality. I have literally no clue what Elo is doing with the crouching and all that. It's interesting to say the least. I think that's how I'm going to... I can tell it's a scrim, yeah. I mean, I've said it, I didn't put anything in the leagues side of it, so... And also the attitude of these two teams is very much, this is a scrim attitude. Elo trying to find Exocha, he will get the kill, so it'll be a 1v2. And I'm just gonna tune back a bit as Hoshu actually one-taps Iloka with the sausage, and I don't think I'm gonna be expecting great plays here. I think I'm just gonna be expecting fun. I think that's what I should be expecting from these two teams. Anyways, pardon the silence, just trying to multitask a bit. Anyways, Zofia actually will be brought by Edible. Almost bringing the Dogby, not surprised really. I'd say Zofia's a bit more versatile, actually, in terms of how you can play her. A bit more aggressive as well, and I'd say more useful than the Dogby. Sure, Doke is great for roam clearing, and does give you some extra intel on that cam ability, but does not have a whole lot of a weapon power, I'd say, and also the fact that Zofia not only has 3 breaches or a claymores that can do vertical, it does have a strong weapon in that M762, and the 2 impacts to either remove utilities such as Evil Eyes, Shields, Vulcans, Malusis, but also the 2 stuns which can be used to help with face checking. I mean, that's quite a bit of utility to be bringing from just a single operator. So, I don't know why they didn't kill. I don't know why either. This time they didn't, though. So, luckily for both Lonely Evil and actually for OK Hoshu, they will both get to keep their heads today. And Hoshu actually bringing that mute there, setting up site, does still have to put down 3 mute jammers. And interestingly enough, it does appear that Lonely Evil's holding sort of a very small angle there. Actually through just a single small broken panel in the door there to blue, actually. And now Mess here. Don't know what... I am confused here. And it looks like it's going to be a 1 versus at least 2 knife fight between Exocha and members of Southside Succubus. And I really have no clue what's going on here. Well, lowering them over to Smacks there as the Ella, and this is interesting, to say the least. Are they... I don't know what they're doing. Is this... they like giving them a house tour or something? I'm really confused here. As you can see, Exocha going to be leading, and Smacks gets picked up by Edible. I don't know what's going on here. Anyways, Exocha will be leading Southside just straight down the stairway, no interference. And Edible will get gunned down there by Exocha. Hoshu takes down Anxiety, Mess strikes him. Another trade, Lonely will kill Mess, as Hustoler will get a pick down to Lonely Evil, trading his teammate away. Hustoler will Ash charge away, insert so just Hoshu and a 2v1 offsite. I've been looking to flank actually Iloka from the vertical. Does have that hard ping, but that Valkyrie Cam got taken out. He's now watching the hatch, and he gets gunned down there by Iloka for a 2-1 here. Southside. Now, has a very, very interesting situation. They're up 2-1. They have a 1-round lead. They could expand it to 2. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, because this is really an arbitrary match. I mean, we've seen Capcan Sausage. We've seen an Oryx leading around the attacking team. We've seen a knife fight with Nomad. We've seen 2 TKs in a row. This is just people having fun, really. I don't know what to tell you guys, honestly. honestly.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Anyways, looking at the setup here from reality, I mean, does have this only 2 walls reinforced here, and electrical just decided to leave that one soft, maybe for a spawn pick, likely for just a sightline, as we've seen many times. 2 pillar actually through that, and to this blue doorway, blue elbow hole there by the smoke, nothing covering him, so it should be easy for south side. And honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen next here. The hatches are soft. I don't know why. Outside of the freezer hatch, which is actually basically being sat upon by Smacks, and he has an evil eye all the way over in small tower. What the heck? I am very confused here. As you can see, once again, MPX Warrior insert will be holding an angle there. Very small angle. This time has a 1.5 instead of just the hollow. 3v5. Ixocha picks off who's Solar. Miloko also going to be taken down. Ixocha trying to just hold down the attack, held off the attack for as long as he can. Edible will take down Ixocha. It's now a 3v4 here. An advantage for the defending team. As I say that, 2v3. Edible getting a double kill onto Lonely, but okay, Hoshu will trade away for anxiety. Smacks is offside. Okay, Hoshu, an insert user in a 2v2 against Mess and Edible on site. Edible kill will be actually classified there by insert and also Smacks, who returned to site finally. Instead of just Mess in a 1v3. And just trying to hold down the objective here. Might have to deal with a peek from insert to spot him, and insert guns him down. 2-2. These 2 teams have already tied up again. I can't tell you anything on strategy in these rounds, because it's just people having fun, running around, trying to shoot each other. It's basically a 10-man. This is basically a 10-man with team names. So, for again, Team 1, Team 2, and all the 10-man shit. Pardon my French, I really shouldn't be cursing, but all the 10-man stuff, you know, team captains and picking players and all that. This is basically just people having fun trying to gun each other down. There's no real strategy involved. It's just gunners, basically.
Seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Fortify the wall! Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
I wouldn't say I'm gonna pull out popcorn and enjoy the spectacle, but this isn't even. I don't think this even deserves popcorn. They trying now. I hope so. I have gotten
by attackers.
Anyways, Huseller will get picked off there for a 5v4. I think that was actually at the hands of Insert as the Warden, who will now just return to sort of standing in front of a wall. I guess he's contemplating his life choices. I don't really know. but it does look like an actual setup here from Reality, including the sort of extension with a shield. Actually, from Lonely into Trophy, does hear somebody approaching. That would be actually Edible, as well as appears to be the teammate there of Elo as well. Both of them pushing now into the armory side, trying to figure out the best way of attack here, as Mess will fall at the hands of Lonely Evil. It's a 3v5, and this isn't looking so great for Southside, as they're not going to try and push forward here. I've wasted about a minute and 15 seconds from actually Southside, looking for the flank already. Will be Smacks. He gets just knocked silly there by Eloco for 3v4, but still a man advantage favoring the defending team of Reality, and that's an interesting claymore. 3v3, however, Edible already pushing on site here, as you can see, does pick off Exocha and does take down that smoke, so it does lose a lot of utility in just one pick, a lot of active utility. 3v2, double kill onto Insert, except that just, okay, Hoshu, as I say that, pardon me for cutting away, but he gets a double kill in short order to onto Elo and Edible, both of the Cubs. And Hoshu does take down Anxiety for another win there for Reality. It's a 3-2 here. Reality with a round advantage now. This is the first time where they are actually at this round advantage. And for the final round of this first half, we will see the Tachanka play from Exocha, and as I say that, he actually will 6-pick. Let's see to whom. Echo being brought by Lonely Evil, so that's interesting to see.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Anyways, Echo will stay. Interesting choice from him, considering that Echo isn't very viable, I'd say, for stopping plants now, more for intel. More for those two mobile drones. You know, obviously, it is in their name, they are drones. They are naturally mobile, but you get my point. They can't cloak anymore, so it's harder to hide them for plant denial, really. So a bit more for, you know, helping out the roamers, maybe offering two sort of mobile, in a sense, default cameras, considering that they're pretty easy to spot, and they are black dots. But you do have some, I'd say, fancy spots where you can hide them, and they're a bit harder to spot. For example, over in Master, sort of that fireplace over on Villa, for some context. And then initially left Exocha bringing the dock instead of the Tachanka. 4v5 as Smacks will take down Eloka. I think that's actually revenge from last round when Eloka actually picked off Smacks while Smacks was trying to get a flank there. And now Smacks returning the favor. Presumably Eloka, I don't even know where he is. I'm trying to figure that out now. He's certainly not in this hallway. Does appear to be... I don't even know at this point, folks. Don't even know what's happening here. There's a defense of actually Kitchen and Dining here by Reality for the final round of this first half. And Edible trying to take down, actually that would be presumably Lonely Evil was just holding down White Stairs, the two of them engaging in some combat. And both of them actually banged up, but Lonely Evil currently at the upper hand, actually. And it does throw out a second impact there and lowers Edible to about, I'd say, 40 health, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. 4v4, and that was Anxiety will get a kill there into Exocha. Does take down that dock, as I mentioned. Does lose those 3 stems, or at least 2 of them, considering that that's quite a bit of health, quite a bit of assistance to his teammates as well as himself. And now Frag Grenade will be pulled there actually by Mess. Frag Grenade goes out, and there you go. Hoshu trades for Solar, not Mess. Mess is now bringing that fuse. As Edible actually get a kill there on Smash 3v2. It's like just actually Lonely Evil and Insert User here versus Mess. Edible, and there you go. Mess wiped out by Insert for a 2v2. Essentially a 2v1 here. There you go. Edible gets that 2v1. Picking off Insert. It's up to just Lonely Evil here. In a 2 versus 1 situation in the middle of nowhere. Has to worry about that wall being open. Will get to push back, so it does have a bit of cover in that sense, but has to worry about now dealing with a site collapse, really, dealing with losing the objective here in a 2 versus 1 situation. Might actually have an opportunity to take down Anxiety. Could have gotten into the drone hole, potentially. Edible and Anxiety now realizing where Lonely Evil is situated. Anxiety looking for the plant now. Edible going to be covering him. Edible still has 2 stuns and 2 impacts, and too bad, Lonely too late to get onto that yokai and is unable to stop the plant. Now we'll try and push forward here, getting some heart pings, presumably from his yokai drones. He will not push forward here. He first needs to deal with Anxiety, then he needs to deal with Edible, but doesn't even matter. Can't clear the first hurdle and cannot push forward. Only Evil falls at the hands of Anxiety. That'll be the round there for Southside, as they now tie themselves up again, 3-3, and once these teams actually try, once these teams actually try, it's a bit, I'd say a bit more even for these two teams, honestly. It is 3-3, so they are back where they started in terms of scoring. Just a bit closer to the end instead of the beginning. Only have to win 4 now. Essentially have to just win a ranked match now instead of a full competitive match. Considering that they are now tied at 3-3 instead of 0-0. I'm so sorry you gotta see this. Bedmite, it's okay, man. I mean, I'm having fun watching Lonely Evil and Ixocha have some fun, and seeing Insert around is nice. But like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's kind of painful to watch because this is not really 2 teams. This is just like two teams made up of like guys trying to solo queue together, just like a 10-man basically. This is not competitive. This is 10-mans.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
But it is not good. It is not good at all. Anyways, gonna take a peep at the scoreboard. Okay, Ocean leading his team with 7 kills. Ixocha and Insert not far behind with 4 each. And then Edible leading his team with almost double digits, 9 and 4. Solar has the same amount of deaths, but only 5. Since the next person behind him. Interesting enough, Anxiety actually bringing the Aruni here. I do not see that a whole lot, but when I do, it's usually a pretty impactful play on the round, because it does certainly encourage certain paths of movement, I'd say, by the attacking team. You know, it will make it harder to get through areas, and that will allow, or rather force the attacking team to get a bit creative in how they deal with that, or completely avoid that. For real, Bedmite. Anyways, as you can see, Reality deciding to attack from this armory side here. Might be trying to sort of, I'd say, subvert, really, this whole Hearing Master, which nobody's even holding it. It's just mind games. There's nobody in armory, so, you know, nothing is going to stop the ace of Lonely Evil from getting the wall, but there you go. Insert user here will be stopped actually by Mess, as the Legion and Solar will lose some health, but doesn't even matter. He picks off Smacks, knocks him silly actually from that big window. It's a 5v3 here. Reality, a bit of a trouble here as they are going into their first attacking round. Actually, 2v5. Pardon me. Solar getting a double kill onto Lonely Evil. So it's just Hoshu and Ixocha in a 2v5, 2v4 though, and there you go, 3v2 actually, almost back to 1-to-1 numbers here as Hoshu gets a kill into Elo, and as you saw, Edible, both players picked off there by the 2 Reality members. And now Revival go out there from Who's Solar from Mess. He's just holding on to all his Gumites. I don't know why. What are you doing? Are you gonna stack them all on top of something? Hosh, you're gonna rotate around. Actually, does take one of the needles to the leg. Don't think that was actually placed by Mess recently. Might have been at the beginning of the round. Ixocha trying to push through actually from the side of Brown Stairs. 2v2 though. Hoshi gets another kill onto Who's Solar to stop him from getting any more. But he already got a double kill, so has done enough damage on the round really. And Hoshi in a bit of a bad situation here, considering that he does have to push through that Aruni Syria. And there you go, Anxiety picks off Ixocha. And he doesn't have any utility to push through it. He does have a drone, so he could throw that in. He doesn't have enough health to really muscle his way through it. and he doesn't have anything else really. You can't. I mean, you can't put a breaching charge on that. Can't. Doesn't have flashbangs anymore. Can't put a claymore on it either. So a bit of a bad spot, I'd say. And getting some soft pings actually from his teammates. Gonna look below, actually mess, no anxiety. Misses anxiety though, and anxiety will rotate away. Too hard floor, so will not be able to be picked off from below. But pick off. Okay, Hoshu. Anxiety getting that kill there. It's now a 4-3 here. Succubus getting the lead once again. And this has been interesting. I mean, we're not seeing very advanced plays. We're not seeing very smart plays to begin with. So it's really just a matter of trading and frags in general. So, and Smack's bringing the floor as he's probably gonna 6-pick off of that. I might be wrong. I don't really know. We'll see. Who's Solar will 6-pick off of the Ella onto a Mozzie, so instead of just pure fragging power with the shield, obviously, so not just that, but for the most part, fragging power. And now I'm bringing a bit more of a versatile op, still very helpful, and still could frag out if they need to. Nomad will be brought by Smax instead of that Flores, so bringing that soft support that they might need to keep their flank covered, considering, however, that actually Edible, as the Vigil got picked off by, I think it was Ixocha, as the Thermite on Brown Stairs, considering that Edible was the one that got shut off by that. I'm surprised that they're now taking measures to sort of prevent them from getting flanked here. But, I mean, it makes sense. It's always something to help out.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So something that is helpful, you know, it's a... Anyways, let's see. Going to basement now will be south side. Let's see how they do. It will be interesting to see. They are doing something similar to what we saw with Reality in terms of these reinforcements. Doesn't appear that they'll be doing any sort of blue elbow hold. Does have a relatively similar setup here. Does see bits and pieces of what Reality was bringing. I mean, in one round we saw like Shocha bringing that dog, playing all the way in Armory, actually. Elo will get a pick onto okay, he got spawn peaked. I don't think he was really expecting that, but that'll be a 5v4 now for Reality, and kind of a lower to tad, I think, from an impact, potentially, to still be holding down pillar side. Now a rush from Insert gets shot out by Idol, just shooting through the wall. And this is not looking so good for Reality. I think Reality might be just having a bit of fun here. I think that's their problem. And Shocha bringing the Blackbeard, that's interesting. He does have essentially a paper mache shield at this point. I mean, it can soak 20 health. Nitro goes out there actually from Who's Solar, but as Lonely Evil is trying to take him down, have to deal with some interference from Edible. Just playing over on Boiler Stairs, almost actually just wipes out Lonely Evil. Just needs to be careful where he's positioning himself. 4v2. Lonely Evil trades Elo Cup for Edible. And now, Edible, the last one standing between him and Elo. And it's just up to Ixocha and Smax here on a 2v4. Actually. And now, as you can tell, just trying to figure out a way around this 4v1, though, as Husolar will take down Ixocha. And now, as you can see, Southside just stacking up on those doorways. And doesn't even matter. Husolar just runs straight through Smax. Even just ignores, actually, that air jab. Got the kill on the round there for the defending team of Southside, as they'll now go up 5-3 here. And I would be excited to see this game come to an end. But the main reason that I say that is because of the fact that I have a game in 15 minutes. I want to be on time for that, and also this has not been fun. Well, it's been funny. It hasn't been particularly interesting. It hasn't been something that really gets me excited, puts me in motion, I'd say.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
And now, as you can see, going to kitchen and dining as their tertiary site. This did not go well for Reality. We'll have to see if it goes well for the defending team of Soundside Succubus. So different team, different players, obviously potentially different strategy. But the only difference potentially, the only other difference, the only potential similarity I'd say is outcome. I mean, they are bringing Solar as the Mozzie, as well as Mess bringing that sort of dynamic duo of drone denial, actually, with the mute. So them bringing those two operators should allow them more flexibility in terms of how they set themselves up and how well they can deny drones from Reality. 5v4 Solar gets picked onto Xxocha, and now might be insert there as the Thermite actually in showers here. No extension from south side. They might be looking to just Thermite open a wall. Elo looks to be AFK, just sitting there right inside the site. All comfortable. Solar getting a double kill into Smacks. He's just running roughshod right now from the sort of proceeding to be an armchair general when it comes to fragging. Just holding down the site and still getting kills. As you can see, Hoshu trying to push through there to deal with this vertical hold, actually, by Solo, in fact. Just anxiety. 4v3, though, Lonely does finally pick off. You look up, but that was really a free kill for them. So, not all that surprised by that. Nitro about to go out here, actually, from the Solar, but to no avail. Does not get anybody, really. Does scare Lonely, sure, but scaring doesn't do a whole lot. In this case, 4v2, Mess picks off Insert. Almost a 4v1 here, and there you go, 3k from Who's Solar, as Lonely Evo will fall, and there you go, Hoshu actually will get a pick there into Anxiety. 3v1 though, not looking so great for him. He will have to try and clutch this up now. As you can see, we'll push forward there, knows that their Jaeger up edible is over on White Stairs, tries to shoot through the wall, does not find him, however, and now we'll be trying to deal with him, and it's just a hollow versus a hollow, presumably. Just look to swing him, catches him while he's reloading. Smart plays there from Hoshu, gets the 2v1 now. Has to deal with Mess though, and Mess gets the kill onto Hoshu. It's 6-3 here. We are eyeing the end of this game, folks. Anyways, we are potentially at the end here. Everybody, we can finally potentially put this behind us. I would be very happy if we could. Because this has been not great, to say the least. It has been... It's just been messy, really. It's been people goofing around and nothing against that. It's just not really what I was looking for in these two teams. I was initially very excited to be casting for Reality until I realized that this is the result. You got people you don't know and still losing.
Seconds left. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. 5 seconds to insertion.
Camera feed up and running.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb. Attackers dropped the diffuser. Attackers have recovered.
Okay. And now just appeared to be a bit of a hot potato there between two members of Reality. Might have just been Insert dropping and the picking back up, but interestingly enough, on top floor here, we're not seeing any hard breachers from Reality. I think they've sort of given up with that, or they're going to pull out some sort of rush, potentially, but I really don't think that's going to work. Mess lowered there. Don't know how, but he has been lowered, so that will make it a bit harder for him. As you can see, just Ill Impact opened that hatch after looking for a way out. I don't know. He's not really being pressured. I've just been providing that to his teammates at their request, but as you can see, the fact that Reality doesn't have any hard breach is going to make it harder for them. Is going to make it interesting 4v5 though, as whose solar will fall at the end of insert, as he actually will rotate over to the roof. He has been lowered. He is about the same spot that Mess is in. There's a health approximately, might be a bit higher, might be a bit lower, but they are close to the same health. And he will now be trying to push through Attic, which actually is where Mess is. 3v5 though, as Max will get a kill into Edible, and I don't know how, but Reality with their backs against the wall is somehow managing to make this work. 2v5, Zushi will take out Mess. Now it's up to Iloka and Anxiety. Iloka trying to deal with Xxocha, and there you go, double kill from Xxocha onto Iloka. Except it's just Anxiety in a 1 versus all situation against all of Reality, who are all swinging him, and Smax gets the pick there, but 3 members at once of Reality all downed. That was funny. That was not very clean. It was really just all heck breaking loose. They are just a frag fest for Reality, and somehow at the end of it, simply because of aggressive plays from Reality, after a couple of rounds of rather slower, more passive action, just simply, bringing out the more aggressive plays did seem to work for them.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
All set to jam the meridian. Fast active.
Seconds to insertion.
Unrolling razor wire.
5 seconds to insertion.
Julia is on.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Laser cave unit ready to go.
Pardon the silence there, but Iloka taken down, presumably off of a counter spawn peek by Reality member either Insert or Hoshu, as he's already below. I thought he was in armory, but that would be incorrect. And yeah, I think that's what happened, but it's now a 5v4, and Southside just needs to put them away. It's a 6-4, it's match point for them. They have one more opportunity after this before they have to go to match point overtime, actually. But still, I think after this round I'm gonna have to cut it short so that way I can prepare for the Aatrox Astros Ultimate Reality game, actually. Hoshu trying to push through there, not really getting anything, does have that Jackal Pink to help him out. Now 3v5 as Smax gets killed out to his Solar. As you can see, Mess, Edible, and Anxiety all trying to hold down the objective here, but they're outnumbered here almost 2-1. Just under that, actually. It's a 3v5 situation, just trying their best. Mess obviously bearing down probably 30-ish health once again. Trying to deal with 2 members actually of Reality all stacked up on the doorway, not the doorway, the window way into Attic. 3v4 though, as Xxocha will be taken down there by Edible. That's unfortunate for them. Lonely Evil trying to hold an angle here, potentially looking to actually pick off Anxiety, who's just holding an angle himself onto Attic window, so bit of a Mexican standoff between the two of them. And as you can see, Smax trying to push forward here. Anxiety down, not out just yet, but is down. Likely at the hands of Lonely Evil, who's trying to finish him off with the RG-15. Edible swings, looking for the kill there, just missed though, and will now be forced into the same corner that Lonely was targeting there. Same corner that Anxiety is in, and still now looking for the revive potentially, and there you go, 2v4, 2v3. Lonely Evil trains Anxiety for Edible. Hoshu gets a kill into Mess. It's a 1v3 situation, almost a 1v2, but Hoshu shuts him down. It is now 6-5 here. Reality, 1 round away from overtime. And it is 6:49, I need to go. Sorry that I'm leaving you all here, but I'll be back in 10-ish minutes with some more action.